just applied this Chanel Vitalumia foundation, which I really love. It smells of summer and is really light, and you can like layer it up. I always apply it with my fingers because I just find you lose half the product in the brush otherwise. So as you can see, it's really light, and it's kind of, you have to shake it before you use it because it's got water in it, so it has to infuse. So just apply all over. I've already got a little base on already, and as you can see, it just builds up. Light in here this morning's not fantastic, but you can tell it's layering. My skin's also really dry at the moment, which is why I also really love this foundation, because otherwise I just feel like they sit on top of my skin. So that's gone. Let's wipe the rest of that. Now, what I've also started doing, which I never used to do before, is to use a translucent powder. Again, this is a Chanel one, but there are other ones. This one is the first one I've tried, and is the Poudre Universelle Compact. And it's supposed to be quite clear, but does have like a little bit of a colour. I'm using a brush. It's actually a powder foundation brush, which I figure is it's quite good, and the idea is that you're just tapping it onto your skin. So I think if you're using the pad, you're kind of sweeping, and kind of sweeps off the product. So use a brush. This is actually a Dior brush, so I can use other brands. Just swirl, and then off we go. So you're literally just tapping onto the skin like that, and the idea is just to set the foundation, and it lasts a little bit longer, especially around my nose, because that tends to wear off, and is where I get a bit of redness. So there we are, that's all nicely even, and I like to just put those back in there. I use an eyeshadow primer, and I really like this Stay Don't Stray from Benefit, and just apply a couple of dabs, and then I just use my finger just to kind of blend it. The reason I use a primer is because actually my eyelids rather like crease, so and can we get a bit oily, I find. So if you're using kind of eyeshadow or eyeliner, it kind of starts, you can't find like eyeliner up here, and you've got like creases in your eyelids, and I don't really like that, and this tends to stop it. Before I was using this one, I was using the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, which I also really love, and they do one with anti-aging benefits, so both really great, but I had run out of the other one, and I got this one at a recent kind of like, actually a recent bride show, so you can find Benefit pretty much everywhere. So next up, I am really, my new little obsession is Charlotte Tilbury. Ooh. I really love it. It's got a really lovely rose gold kind of like brown, like packaging. It's brown. I don't know if you can really see that it's brown, but it is brown. And this is the Sophisticate look. And it's basically kind of like a nude palette, so like you would find in the Naked palette or Bobbi Brown, but I find the pigments are really, really lovely. And yeah, I'm kind of tending to use like these two during the day because I'm just going to work, but these ones are really nice kind of to add like a little touch of like extra drama, or if you want a little bit more of a dramatic eye or a smoky eye, like these are really good to like blend as like a palette. And they suggest using this one as like a primer, but I really like it as kind of like on its own as well, like if you just want like a light look. So I'm gonna put a little bit on. And to apply it, I'm just using the eye smudge brush from Bobbi Brown. I really like this one because it does what it says. It kind of smudges the product in, especially when I'm just in the day, like it's a bit easier. I've also got a really nice brush from Bare Minerals, actually. It's a dual-ended brush, which really helps if you're kind of wanting to kind of, again, add that definition with like a darker shade. But it's upstairs in my makeup drawers, and so I'm just using this one because I have it with me. So maybe I'll show you with the other one. So as you can see, I'm just using the dark colour, and it looks quite light here, but it's actually when you apply it, the pigment is quite strong. So as you can see, it's kind of really added that in. It's like blend a little bit there. And I always find like just use your fingers if like you know that you haven't got the desired look that you want. Just get in there a little bit and kind of just making sure that they're even. Okay, so that's that. Next up is eyeliner, and I'm obsessed with eyeliner. Really, really love it. And actually, I was having a conversation yesterday about eyeliner, and I really feel that it's one thing you don't have to spend loads and loads of money on. This one I got in Superdrug because I'd run out, and it's really brilliant. So I don't see why necessarily you have to buy like really expensive one. Especially I really love like retractable ones, because I just think life's too short for like sharpening pencils, and you always need to sharpen it when you're in a rush. So I use this one. It's Indefectible. Oh, it's a bit of a weird name. Retractable liner. 16 hours it's supposed to stay. I would say, yeah, doesn't tend to go anywhere. So okay, so I start from the outer edge, as you can see, and just this is really smooth liner, so it kind of just, you don't need to pull it. And just let the brush, like let it do its work. Like don't try and kind of like, if you try and do if you're jaggedy with it, then you're gonna have a jaggedy edge. If you just literally kind of like glide along your eye line, you'll find that you just naturally will find it. There you go. So that's my top lash, and I like to kind of have a little bit of a winged look because I find it kind of helps just kind of open your eye a little bit. You can put like above or below. I think today I'll just do above because I've got quite big meetings and I don't want to look too kind of like cat-eyed. So here we go again, and as I say, just let it just kind of do its job. So as you can see, just follow it across. It's filling in to the lash line. see. So there you go. And then now this is a new mascara I've been using. Again, it's Charlotte Tilbury, because I was really happy with the eyeshadow palette that I bought. So I got this one, and yeah, I really love it. It's called Full Fat Lashes. Before that, I was using Dior Show, which I've used for a really long time, and I really love it. And I also like Benefit Bad Girl lash mascara. But yeah, here we go. Look, it's quite a nice big brush. I don't know if that's gonna focus, but that is the brush, and it's quite a nice consistency. It's like fluid but not too fluid, and yeah, so here we go. Okay, so again, I tend to start from the outer edge, and if you I find when I'm doing mascara, if you push this way, then it's going to open your eye more. And again, just working from the root to the tip. And always going in like one direction, which is not the band, this way. So as you can kind of see, compared to this eye, like it's kind of opening it up a little bit, and just adding just that little touch. Like, I don't have the longest lashes, and I used to be obsessed with eyelash curlers, but now I'm just kind of, I stopped using them, and actually I find like I just get just as good as look without them, without all the kind of primping. So there we go, that's the top lash. I'll put this a bit closer so you can see a little bit. That's a bit close. And then I use I actually use it for my lower lashes as well. So again, I just use the tip of the brush, because I find, like, you know, you can get in there just as well. And literally just kind of like breeze over them. There we go. Ta-da! So there you go. Okay, so let's pop this back down so you can see the full effect. Really nice. And lastly today, I'm going to be using some blush. I don't use a bronzer. Like, I'm really pale, as you can tell. Like, oh, look how pale I am. So I don't use bronzer because I just think otherwise you just look a little bit disjointed from the rest of your skin, and I have blonde hair as well, so I just use a blush, and this is actually Estée Lauder. It's a little bit dirty, but Estée Lauder Blonde, and this is Pure Colour blush, and it's called Witty Peach. And the thing I like about this is that it's kind of like toned, so you can see. So you can just sweep in whichever direction, depending on how dramatic you want it. I tend to sweep from here, and it's got yellow tones on this side, which again I think kind of like help with your skin. Like, if you know that you're a yellow toned skin, then it's going to complement it, but you've got the pop of colour across here as well. So using actually a Clinique blush powder brush, I need to clean my brushes soon, so I think I'll do a post on that soon. So here we go, just sweep from the direction that you want, and then you're literally just kind of if you smile, like, you know where you're going, but I've kind of been doing this for a while, so I know where I'm aiming. But sometimes you'll find that you just naturally just smile as you're doing it, so there you go. So it just adds like a little bit more of a healthy glow to the look, and I'm basically ready to go.